Shirahoshi debuted on the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise on the 23rd of August 2017. This batch of characters introduced further units from the Fishman Island arc, carrying on from Hody Jones's batch a couple of months prior. The characters in this batch included Madame Charlie, Fortune Teller, the Flying Pirates Captain Vanderdecken the Ninth, Captain of the Caribou Pirates Wet-Head Caribou, Prince of the Ryugu Kingdom Fukaboshi, as well as King of the Ryugu Kingdom Neptune. And the Sugo-Fest exclusive character of the batch was a less aggressive styled unit compared to prior releases, with a captain effect that lacked damage potential made up for it in defensive capabilities. Her special ability provided amazing healing effects, as well as applied a new type of slot into the game that an enemy was unable to change or alter. Introducing the Ryugu Kingdom Royal Princess Shirahoshi. In this series, we'll be traveling back in time to experience some of the older Sugo-Fest exclusive characters in their prime, aiming to show just what it was like to use these characters on their debut. I hope you enjoy the video, and without further ado, let's enter the Legends of OPTC. So thank you very much for checking out another episode of the Legends of OPTC, and this episode we're taking on Shirahoshi. Now Shirahoshi was a huge release. A lot of people were very excited for this unit. As global players, we saw what she was capable of on Japan in terms of how useful that special ability was, and the way that her captain ability, you could use her in a lot of different ways to kind of cheese difficult content, which is what exactly we're going to be doing in this video today. But let's actually talk about the rest of the batch that surrounded it, because that also brought a lot of hype into the community. The first of the rare recruits here, Madame Charlie, Int Fighter Cerebral. Captain ability is a 2.5 attack, 1.2 recovery to Int. Nothing amazing there, but a special ability that would randomize all non-matching slots, and you could switch your orbs twice, and if the enemy has a barrier when you launch the special, you get a 1.75 times attack boost to all characters. Otherwise, it's a 1.25 times increase. It's not the best special ever, very situational. You need the barrier to get that big attack boost, and even still, there are like class specific specials that you could just use that are much better than what this would provide. If this had a really cool piece of utility on top of it, would have been definitely a lot better and probably would have seen a lot more play, but unfortunately not a great special ability and not a very good start to this batch. The next rare recruit was Vanderdecken, Dex/a Shooter. Captain ability would boost attack of all characters by 2.5 times after the second consecutive perfect, 3.5 times after the fifth perfect, so terrible captain ability. Special deals 200,000 fixed damage to one enemy, and it ignores all damage negating abilities and barriers, and then reduces bind and special bind by 2 turns. Again, not too bad. I mean, the 2-turn removal was kind of nice in certain situations, getting rid of that bind. Unfortunately, special bind wasn't really amazing for like in specials, because special bind was just, again, super uncommon. But of course, in today's day and age, special bind is on a lot of content. But when this first came out, no one really was using him to get rid of special bind. But the 200,000 fixed damage that bypasses all damage negating effects was very useful back when this first released, but unfortunately this rare recruit just didn't see a lot of play. The next rare recruit is going to be probably the last of the quote-unquote bad rare recruits. He's a quick driven shooter. This is Caribou, and his captain ability would boost the attack of all characters by 1.75 after the 11th hit in the combo chain, 2.5 after the 22nd hit, and 2.75 after the 33rd hit, 3.5 times after the 44th hit. Just a terrible captain. No one was using combo hits. It is kind of odd that we are in 2022 now. I would have expected us to get a combo chain related legend. I thought that was for sure going to be on the cards, but considering how difficult it is to use these types of units, it kind of makes sense why they didn't go down that route. Maybe they did testing for one of these units and they just found the unit was terrible, but I guess it's kind of fine, because this type of effect is just not good, because it does rely on your whole team having very high combo hits, and unfortunately a lot of the high combo hit characters just aren't that good. Speaking of his special ability though, deals 15 hits of 12 times his attack in typeless damage to random enemies, and then boosting the attack of quick and int characters by 2 times for 1 turn. this is a really good special because it is basically an unconditional effect. It's just a flat out 2x boost to 2 separate colors. Unfortunately not int, so definitely was much better on a quick base team, but again, unfortunately didn't really see a lot of play because the special ability was just an attack boost. If it again had something else that was relatively useful, probably would have seen lots of play. But now we get into 2 last rare recruit characters before we get into the Sugo-Fest exclusive, and this one right here, Fukaboshi, this is a very, very good rare recruit. Sai, Powerhouse, and Striker. You just see those 2 classes already looking very good. Captain ability was a 2.5 attack to Striker and a 1.25 health boost to Powerhouse. Very odd. And the special ability, pretty simple, really low cooldown, would be a 1 turn delay and a 1.75 times attack boost to Striker and Powerhouse. So this is great because Striker and Powerhouse, I mean, they get really, really good over the coming months. Specifically right now, Strikers are going to be very good because we have Neko Mamushi coming up in the next few weeks in the Legends of OPTC series. And of course, we have the V2 Lore, which just recently released as well, along with Shirahoshi, who's also a Striker. We've got this guy being a Striker attack booster. If you guys saw my V2 Lore video last week, Fukaboshi was on that team just due to the fact that he was a Striker attack boosting unit. So a very powerful unit on release, and a lot of people wanted to get him just to make the Striker teams that much better. Of course, you know, we had the release of the Boa sisters later on that would obviously kind of like render this guy kind of useless in a lot of situations because the Boa sisters were so amazing together, but still a very good rare recruit that was used in a lot of content. And then the final rare recruit before we get to the legend is Neptune. Neptune brought in so much hype, and people were mainly pulling on the Sugo-Fest for this unit in particular. For those of you who are unaware, this was the first like huge EXP boosting captain that we had in the game. Strength, Powerhouse, Free Spirit, great classes. Captain ability would be a rainbow 2.25 times attack boost and would boost the amount of EXP that you earned by 1.5 times. Of course, later on we got access to Legend Jack and the Ho ship, which would make this even better. So, you know, this is just amazing because this was like the first major EXP boosting captain we had. If you had double Neptune, you would get 2.25 times EXP earned, and this was just amazing and was used in all of like the easier content, like the Fortnite islands that were quite, you know, common throughout this day and age. Just getting extra EXP for it was great. Leveling up, getting more stamina was just perfect. This was such a good captain ability, despite the fact that the multiplier was terrible. This effect was very good. And then the special ability was actually not too bad either, that would give you a 1-turn orb lock. If the HP of the enemy with the highest max HP is above 50%, he gives a 20% health cut to all enemies. However, if it's not the case, if the enemy with the highest max HP has less than 50%, then he's going to do 140 times his attack AoE. That's incredible. He just does so much damage for a regular generic rare recruit. This is a very good special. I mean, the orb lock is useful in so many different circumstances. This is good. This is a really, really good special and a really nice captain ability, super unique, and was used in so much content, dude. Like, this was, again, if you just think of Legend Jack and how much he's used for EXP farming, this was like the first version of that unit, and everyone wanted to get their hands on this guy. This guy was amazing. And then moving on to the Sugo-Fest exclusive being Shirahoshi herself, a Sai Striker unit with no secondary class, which was a little unfortunate, to be honest. Would have been nice if she was Free Spirit or Cerebral or something, but unfortunately just a Striker unit, which kind of was like a balancing factor for the unit at the time. So the captain ability of this unit, we're not looking at the Limit Break expanded captain, but it would boost the attack of all characters by 2.25, but boost her own attack by 1.125. Yeah, very, very specific, but essentially it's just like boost all the characters by a very small amount, but then essentially don't even give herself any attack boost. It's like a very, very minor attack boost to herself, but what it means is if you run double Shirahoshi, your Shirahoshi will not get like the big boost. She'll only get like this boost, but the front captain Shirahoshi will actually get this boost. So you can still run double Shirahoshi and still get some kind of damage with your captains, and in a lot of instances you could just go ahead and run a hybrid team where you run Shirahoshi as the captain and then you run someone else as the front captain in order to alleviate some of the damage output that you would be doing just with this unit, because this damage is very, very bad. However, Because of the damage being so bad, you have a lot of additional effects. It recovers 5 times her recovery in HP at the end of each turn, and if you do not attack with Shirahoshi, reduces damage received by 10% for that turn. So if you do not attack with her, you can block more damage, which is kind of cool. Very similar to V1 Bato, actually. Well, I say V1 Bato, there's only one Bato in the game, technically, unless if you count Bato Cavendish. But yeah, very, very similar to that. If you don't attack, you get damage reduction. And the amount of recovery yet is actually very, very good. And this is definitely one of the characters that you would feed attack candy and HP candy, or not HP, recovery candy, because remember that cotton candy was limited at the time. You could only feed 2 separate stats to max capacity, and typically the best way to go, in my opinion, was being attack and having also recovery, so that if you do use this character as a crewmate, this character would have just higher attack, of course. Now, the special ability, very, very good, because it's multi-staged, actually. Stage 2 changes all slots, including block, into rainbow, and recovers 100 times their recovery in HP. And that's it. It's a very simple special, but full board of rainbow and huge recovery. However, the stage 1 special does still provide you something pretty useful in changing adjacent slots, including block, into rainbow, and also 9 times her recovery in HP. So it's kind of annoying the fact that stage 1 is only 9 times recovery, but then stage 2 is 100. So the difference between those two is kind of humongous and kind of stark. Would have been way better if the stage 1 special was a little bit better, because I mean, adjacent slots and only 9 times recovery is pretty bad. So you would definitely want stage 2. It was way, way better. And this allowed you to run pretty crazy teams, because like, the enemy cannot manipulate your rainbow slots, of course, and it just allowed you to just get a full board of matching slots, which, you know, back in 2017, guaranteeing a full board of matching slots was not that common. So Shirahoshi was extremely valuable for that reason, and the fact that she was a striker unit, and we had with V2 Law releasing, and then Neko Mamashi is not far behind, strikers quickly became the best team in the game, and this was one of the main reasons why. So now that we've gone ahead and broken down the whole batch, let's go ahead and jump into the video. We are not doing the wheel today because we're selecting a hard piece of content, but let's actually go and see when I actually pulled Shirahoshi. And here we are in game with Shirahoshi, princess of the Ryugu Kingdom. She knew the truth about her mother's death, but kept it secret to fulfill her mother's wishes for the good of the people. Upon hearing that, Luffy took the wimpy nickname back. She is still a bit of a crybaby, however. So Shirahoshi, a very interesting legend. A lot of people really wanted to get their hands on this legend when she first came out, due to the fact that her special ability was just so powerful, providing essentially a full board of matching slots and providing just exceptional healing. But in today's video, we're not only going to be showcasing the special ability, but we're also going to be showcasing the captain ability, which didn't see too much play. You could definitely use it in some high difficulty content to kind of cheese it, and that's what we're aiming to do today. So this captain ability provides a lot of healing and some damage reduction effects, but it's not the best captain ability in the game for a Sugo-Fest exclusive. This character was definitely built to be used as a crewmate. If you did opt to use her as a captain, then you had some very interesting mechanics to deal with. But this is the team that we're using today. This is a old school looking zombie-ish team where our aim is to just survive as long as we possibly can and essentially just killing the enemy via special abilities. So that is the goal with this team today. We are of course using the Moby Dick ship, which just gives us an additional 1.4 times health, which of course we can heal back very easy with the Shirahoshi, considering, you know, we started only 50% of our max HP. That really doesn't matter. So, you know, having the healing capabilities with Shirahoshi and also her damage reducing effects are the main reasons as to why Shirahoshi can be used in this instance against high difficulty content. The other characters though, Mihawk for some health cuts. We've obviously got Elizabella, who's going to be really good for some damage output towards the end of the quests. We've got Sabo, who gives us the additional damage for our normal attacks, which is also very, very important for zombie teams back then. And Ivankov, because the content we're taking on today is a training forest, and we need a way to remove poison, and there weren't really many poison removers back in 2017, and Ivankov probably was the best poison remover. So that's the team breakdown. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So shout out to TheLordShiro for providing us with his Shirahoshi here. So this is our team breakdown. Sockets are looking okay, and here it is, the Forest of Training Red Hair. That is our goal today. We're going to be using double Shirahoshi leads to take down this training forest. Really hoping we can get this done. It's going to be definitely a long video for me. I'm going to have to cut down a lot of this because there's a lot of stalling taking place. So let's go ahead and jump into it, and we'll get to the first component as to when we start using specials, because we're going to be stalling a lot in this content, and I don't think we're going to be really using a special until like maybe stage 13 or 14. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it, and we'll be back once we get a little bit deeper into this training forest. Alright, so we're at stage 14 now, so we're up against Killer, X-Drake, and Uroga. A very old school training forest this red hair one is. So this is where we're actually going to start using specials. So, now, a lot of people looking at this team may think it's a bit of a weird one, and it definitely is, especially when you look at some of the modern teams that you would see clearing content. So, what we're going to be doing first is we want to get some matching slots. So, we're going to go ahead and use the Shirahoshi special. Here's the special animation. We're going to be using her special a lot throughout this video. And essentially, the way that these types of teams work, you guys may have seen it in the Corazon Legends of OPTC video, where essentially every single stage, we would just spam a bunch of specials, kill everything except one unit, and stall on that until we get all of our specials back, and then we would just repeat the process the entire duration of the training forest. So that's kind of like what we're doing here. We're going to go ahead and use the Sabo special, which is going to give us the tap timing bonus damage, extremely important. And we're going to go ahead and kill. We want to go ahead and kill Killer and Uroga, and we're going to be stalling on X-Drake because he doesn't really do that much. So that's our target here. Boom. And I'll last tap with you. And now it'll just leave X-Drake. So X-Drake's by himself, and that's pretty much it. We're going to go ahead and stall all of these specials back. We're going to kill X-Drake, and I'll see you guys in the next stage. So let the stalling commence. Let's get it. Alright, so X-Drake is down, and we just needed the Sabo special because we have two Shirahoshis, which is perfectly fine. We don't really need to make sure the Shirahoshi specials max. The big damage dealing ones are the ones that we definitely need ready to go. So this stage here against Hawkins and Kid and Apu. So this stage is very annoying. I remember when it first came out, this stage absolutely sucked. So what we're going to be doing first is we're going to use the Sabo special first. Now the good thing about Sabo is that it does last for 2 turns. So we actually get 2 different turns of his amazing effect of tap timing bonus damage. So we're going to use him first, and we're going to use Shirahoshi in the following turn just to make sure that we can kill Hawkins. That's our goal here. So let's go ahead and kill Apu first, and we should be able to do that without any issues. And then we're going to go ahead and kill Hawkins now so that we can have only just Kid left, and we're going to stall on him. So we're going to use the Shirahoshi special now, which is going to provide us with the amazing healing and the full board of matching slots for our crew. And the really annoying thing here is that Hawkins does have a 20 hit combo shield. So I think all of them are 4 hit combos. Yeah, except for Ivankov, which is a 7. So we want to hit with Ivankov, and our 2 biggest hitters are going to be Elizabello and Sabo. So we're going to hit with everyone. Last hit with Elizabello and Sabo, and hopefully that's enough to kill him. Hopefully it is. If it isn't, then we're going to be in a bit of trouble. So, alright, let's see how we go. Nice. Okay. So now Kid is going to do some pretty good damage to us, but it's fine. We can continuously stall that out. And now we're back at the same situation where we're just going to be doing a little bit of stall until our specials are ready once again. So I guess I'll see you guys once we get to stage 16. Alright, so Kid is down. Now we're on to stage 16. So who do we have here? We've got Luffy, Law, Zoro, and Beppo. So in this instance here, we're going to be doing exactly what we were already doing, launching all of our specials, of course. However, we're going to do something a little bit different on top of that, in that we're going to be using the Mihawk special this time, because the enemies are now progressively getting more and more HP, so we need to cut them down to size with that Mihawk special, cutting all of their HP by 30%, of course. Now we can go ahead and use a Shirahoshi special to generate us a full board of matching slots. The health recovery doesn't really help that much in this team, because we're just relying on those matching slots anyways. Now we can go ahead and use the Sabo special, which is going to do a pretty good amount of damage to them. Now remember, with Shirahoshi's captain ability, the way that it works is that we actually will only get the damage reduction, the 10% damage reduction, if we don't attack with Shirahoshi. So because we are planning to attack with Shirahoshi, we are not going to get the damage reduction. So we're going to use Ivankov here just to reduce some of the damage that we would have taken. And our goal here is we want to stall on Zoro. So we want to kill Beppo, Law, and Luffy all here. Now Luffy is target locked, so we do have to target him first. So we are going to be taking some damage here, which is why Vankov's actually really good for multiple different situations. Alright, here we go. Here's our attack turn. Let's get it. Oh, Beppo below 20%. Hopefully he doesn't do anything bad. Oh no. Oh no, please don't, please don't, please don't. Okay, he paralyzes us. This could be bad, but I don't think it's that bad. Okay, this is bad. Oh no. Oh no. Why did I get him below 20%? Why did I get him below 20%? I'm so stupid. Oh no, this could be bad. This could be very, very bad. Okay, we do still have Sabo's effect active, so as long as we can kill the Beppo, as long as we get one attack through, I think we'll be okay. There we go. Okay. Now, I do really, really want to pick up that recovery slot. Luckily, we do have some of that damage reduction and the healing from that Ivankov. So useful here. Zoro, what's he going to do? Okay, damage threshold, that is completely okay with me. At the end of this turn, the Despair will expire, so we're going to get the damage reduction back. So this is actually working out okay, all things considered. It was looking extremely scary there, but we're okay. We're okay. We're doing fine. So now we can just continuously stall here, and we will be back when we get to stage 17, I guess. So, man, that was a scary stage. That was super scary. And there it is, stage 17. So who do we have here? Okay, so we've got the Baroque Works. Alright, so Croc is going to poison us here, which is one of the reasons why Ivankov is one of our characters we're using here. So that obviously sucks, but we are going to use the exact same strategy we just did. We're going to use Mihawk first, 30% health cut through all of the enemies. We're going to use the Shirahoshi special to get some of that, some of those rainbow slots, of course. Get the full health recovery, which is beautiful. And then we are going to use the Sabo special to do a bit of damage, and we get tap timing bonus, and then Ivankov to remove that poison. So in this instance here, the Crocodile does not reapply the poison. So we are aiming to stall on Crocodile. He has the most HP, which means we get the most amount of stall off on him. You guys may be wondering as well, is like, when are we using Elisabello? We're mainly saving him for that final stage, because Elisabello at this point probably does enough damage to just completely wave clear a stage, which is not what we want to do. So anyways, let's go ahead and do our normal attacks, and we want to stall on Crocodile. So we want to kill everyone but him in these first 2 turns. So let's go ahead and get it. Here we go. Okay, that was a pretty okay turn. That was pretty okay. Okay, so Crocodile does do a lot of damage. This Mr. 1, I don't know how difficult he's going to be to kill. Well, we're just going to do our normal attacks and hope for the best. Here we go. Okay, he had like no HP. Probably had very high defense. And there we go. So now Croc is the last character alive. and we can just not tap with our Shirahoshis to get the continuous damage reduction every single turn. And once again, we're on that stall tactic, and I guess I'll see you guys once we move on to stage 18, I believe we're at now, so we're getting very, very close to the end. Done. Okay, moving on to stage 18. We're getting super, super close. So we have the prisoners from Impel Down. So what do they actually do here? Mr. 3, is that a delay immunity or just a full immunity? Full immunity, healing. Now, the problem with this stage is Crocodile needs to go down ASAP because he will apply a poison. So we want to make sure we kill him first turn. So once again, we're going to use Mihawk for the health cuts. And our target stall character is going to be Bon Clay. Bon Clay is the easiest one to deal with. So he's our character we want to stall on. Let's use the Saber special to get a bit of damage. Let's use Shirahoshi to get some matching slots. And we could use Ivankov now. I think that might be the wave, considering we are planning to attack with Shirahoshi on this turn. So this will enable us to get good damage reduction at least. So let's target Croc, get rid of him ASAP, and then deal with Mr. 1 and the Mr. 3 on the following turn. So, alright, wish us luck. Here we go. Oh no, he didn't go down. No. Oh, he didn't activate the poison, or maybe it's on his attack. Oh my, we could still definitely be in trouble here. Oh, damn. Okay, I thought for sure that was gonna kill. Okay, this is really, really bad. This is very, very bad. I actually don't know what Mr. 1 and what Mr. 3 do. I may actually need to look that up. I'm gonna look that up. Okay, so it doesn't look like they actually do that much, so that's okay. Croc is definitely going down. I don't know if we have enough damage to actually kill the others. We still do have damage reduction from Ivankov here. Alright, let's get it. Here we go. Okay, that worked out perfectly. Thank the Lord that Crocodile was not on an attacking turn, because we would have been poisoned and we would have just instantly lost if that occurred. So now we're at the point where we can just do our stall once again on Bon Clay, and then below 50%, I believe he did something. Let me pull that up once again. Bon Clay below 50% does a bit of damage and does some orb changing. He doesn't really do that much. He does do it every single attack turn, which is, you know, obviously kind of annoying, but it's not that bad. We can deal with that. He doesn't really do that much. We can heal back more than he's doing to us, so I'm not really too worried about that at all. Plus, he is on a 2-turn cooldown, meaning that, you know, we have multiple turns to kill him, which is good. So we're just going to stall once again, and we'll be back with stage 19. Alright, so took down to the Bon Clay, stage 19. Now, as I was actually stalling, I was thinking, I think I might just use Elizabello here on stage 19, because all of these guys actually have a lot of HP. So we're going to use the Mihawk first, which does do a pretty good chunk of damage, but I don't think we're going to have enough damage via Sabo to actually get through this stage. So I'm going to use the Elizabello special here, which should instantly kill all of them, which will put us directly into the final boss fight versus Shanks. Should. Okay, barely. So we're going to use the Saber special to finish it off, so that'll be fine. Okay, this is actually going to work out perfectly. I don't believe we're going to need the matching slots. This should just kill. Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to the final boss stage now, and this is where, essentially, once again, we can just do infinite stall. The thing is that Shanks below 20% is pretty much going to instantly kill us, so the whole goal here is to stall all of our specials again until we get into around 20%. Spam all of our specials, and that should be victory. So once again, we're going to be on that stall tactic on Shanks, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I believe I've got him about as close to 20% as I can possibly get him. I don't want to risk going any further, but every couple of turns he does actually rewind our right hand side, so that obviously sucks. We're going to attack with Shirahoshi just to wait one more turn, and then we're going to go ahead and launch our specials here. So of course, the first thing is first, we're going to launch Mihawk for the health cut the enemy's health by 30%. Okay, then we're going to use the Elizabello special. Now, we haven't done too much accumulated additional turns, but hopefully we still get some pretty good damage. Hopefully it's still around 200,000-300,000 would be nice. 160, cutting it very, very close, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and launch the Shirahoshi special, which is going to give us the full board of matching slots. And look, if we lose it from here, I don't think I really want to go all the way through it again. Hopefully this is enough just to get the dub. Let's launch the Sabo special, which is going to obviously give us the additional increased damage taken. And then we'll launch the Ivankov just for the hell of it, okay? Now, at this point here, if this doesn't kill, it's just because it's our own fault for not stalling enough for the additional Elisabello turns. Anyways, let's give it a shot and hopefully get the dub against this Training Forest. Looks good. There it is. There we go. Versus the Training Forest. Done. Training Forest red hair completed with double Shirahoshi captains. Definitely don't want to do that ever again. That took an extremely long time. Currently, my phone's been recording for 37 minutes for that run. Absolutely bonkers. But hey, you know, we wanted to showcase the character, how you would use them back in the day, at least as a captain. And yeah, Shirahoshi definitely got the job done, which is great. So with all that being said, that is going to conclude yet another episode of the Legends of OPTC series. Next week's episode, we're going to be covering Dogstorm, so look forward to that one. And then the week after that is the one I'm really looking forward to, where we get to use Cat Viper, Neko Mamushi. But either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.